leave this place with a deep admiration for the institution and its staff and faculty. My experience at Briercrest has greatly enhanced my ability to study Scripture. Thank you. I didn't really know what to expect when I enrolled in the Biblical Studies program 3 years ago, and I think there was part of me that wanted to spice up my Bible experience. I love sermons that tell you what the Bible really says, giving us some never-before-known knowledge of how we've failed to understand some passage and giving a reading that I'd never heard before. I think I was searching for a knowledge that would feed my ego, if I'm going to be honest. I was always ready to ask people, do you know what this really means? Secretly hoping to destroy the individual misquoting Jeremiah 29:11 with my superior Bible knowledge. Excuse me, sir or ma'am, have you read that in context? Well, I still tend to exhibit this tendency in some areas, I'll be honest. I think study of Scripture has impacted me in another way. I think when you spend enough time in careful study of Scripture, you overcome the tendency to gloss over portions of Scripture that you're not particularly interested in. I remember being in Carl Hinderegger's Gospels class in my first year and hearing him call attention to the number of times that Jesus talks about money. Asking myself, do I really pay attention to everything that Jesus says? Or learning in David Miller's Romans class about Paul's theology of life in the Spirit. Do I really live like I have the Spirit of the resurrection of Christ in me? Maybe I expected an immersion in Scriptures to supply me with knowledge that I could yield in my future heresy hunting endeavors, and I'm sure I have that in ready supply. However, my Briercrest experience has opened my eyes to the deep challenge of Scripture. We need to take it all seriously, wrestle with it, align our lives to its callings and promises. I think that this approach to Scripture, allowing it to transform your life, is one of the greatest gifts that Briercrest has given me. And as I leave this school, I leave as one equipped to meet with Jesus in the pages of the Bible. Rather than using Scripture to fuel a sense of self-righteous superiority, Briercrest has helped me to encounter the truth of the gospel in all of its transformative power in the pages of our holy book. And I believe this story is similar for many of my fellow graduates, and I'm excited to see what this transformative power will accomplish in our lives and ministries. Thank you.